Like you need to have the clear structure and a very critical mind, like what the thesis is the author's gonna talk about in the article. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I would like to go through something I never mentioned in my video, and I believe this topic will be benefit to all of you throughout your life with every aspect. Okay, so without further ado, the topic of today's video is reading comp. So I believe like every one of you who are in my fast group knows like I always complain like I have to read like 100 pages within 2 days for my stupid pre-law and philosophy classes. And the topic are really hard ones, for example Michel Foucault's biopolitics, social death, or like preventive policing, legal governance article by John Lawless. And also my life is not all about studying. I have like a 10-hour weekly intern, I have to do my video, I have to prepare for law set. Therefore that's kind of the inspiration of today's video, like why I'm doing this, because like, you know, how busy am I? But how do I keep my score like straight A? Always. All the time. So in today's video I have 4 parts. First part is how to read and memorize a large information of article and quickly grasp what the author's idea, goal of article, or methods or attitude. Second, some useful method while I'm reading, while I'm taking notes, while I'm, you know, interacting with the professor during lecture time. The third is, especially for the, you know, social science article, how you quickly find the clue and the main argument for the article. And the last one, what kind of information, what kind of things you need to pay attention while you're reading philosophy paper or law paper, or you know, those are the most difficult paper in my lifetime. So yeah, if you're interested in this video, please stay tuned. Alright, so the first part is also the most key part of today's video, is like how to quickly, you know, how to quickly go through the article or the, you know, information you need to read and kind of memorize as much as information you can within a specific or limited time. So during the years of my reading journey, I figured out no matter the Chinese or the English article or essays like journals, the most important thing is to read the abstract and the conclusion. Okay, so this idea might, you know, sound like easy, like because everyone will read abstract, even make the shortcuts, like they just read the abstract and conclusion without reading the whole body part and the whole argument, counter-argument part. Well, this is not recommended, because what I mean by reading the abstract is like you need to have the clear structure and a very critical mind, like what the thesis is the author's gonna talk about in the article. If this sounds so abstract, the abstract sounds so abstract, I will definitely provide some very specific example to you guys. Recently, I've been reading a really hard article by John Lawless, which is called Against the Managerial State, Preventive Policing as Non-Legal Governance. So when I first look at the topic, oh my god, I have no knowledge about what is preventive policing, what is non-managerial state, what is legal governance. I literally have like zero knowledge about it. And this article is 65 pages long. So if I don't pay attention to the abstract for the author, I will definitely 100%, 1000% get lost. However, after reading the abstract, I okay, so here's a point. Do not only read, take notes. So I have like a notebook, you guys can see, which kind of like, you know, clearly, you know, analyze what article's talking about, and you know, the core argument, the abstract conclusion, it will give you a really like clear point. So after reading the abstract, okay, so you know, notes taking time, you guys can have some knowledge of preventive policing now, non-legal governance and stuff. So to begin with the article, the author is going to define what is preventive policing. And second, why does the author believe that preventive policing essentially distinct from legal governance? And third, he will provide so many examples, so many arguments, even critics about how does preventive policing will be a threat to legal governance due to 3 reasons. First, second, third. I wrote on my notes. So after reading the abstract, okay, so I know what he's gonna talk about, what he's gonna illustrate, what his attitude. So obviously he's not a fan for, you know, preventive policing. And also 2 words have repetitively appeared. What's the 2 words? Preventive policing and legal governance. Okay, so that's a key point I would like to grasp when I go through all the article. Okay, the second part, like I mentioned, the first part, you have to take notes while you're reading because this will regard the aspect of the interaction with professor during lecture time. If you do not take notes, because it's, like I mentioned, it's 65 pages article. If you did take notes, it's like 2 days before lecture, I read the article. You would definitely forget what you are thinking, what's your mind, what's your reflection, what's your question about the article you've go through. So a year ago when I first had a politics class, like I was really shy because I was the only like Asian student in class. You can see like the dark hair students, it's like a really few, and there's no like Asian faces in the class. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't talk. Like even I have some thoughts, I couldn't raise my hand and talk. Figured out after that class, it's like I'm just a listener. I'm not a participator. You know what I mean? And at that class, I didn't really benefit a lot because all I heard is like what my professor is thinking, what the students are thinking, like the information and knowledge are there, but I'm not there. However, after that class, I started to, write my kind of reflection about article, or how does this article relate to the other articles I've read in my life, or what's my opinion about the experience or the news or the background information I had during the article. I will say something in class. And the fact shows that the professor likes this way. So okay, another example, because I've recently been reading Lisa Loeb's article, Immigrants Act, and she was mentioning a paragraph I will read to you guys. These definitions have caused Asian immigrants both as persons and populations to be integrated into the national political sphere, and as contradictory, confusing, unintelligible elements to be marginalized and return to their alien origin. So after reading this part, it kind of reminds me of the article I've gone through like for last semester, which is by Michelle Foucault's Social. So the main argument, okay, well this is a really good article. You guys should take notes for what I'll be seeing like for the main argument for that article. So the main point for the essay is for the leader or the sovereign, like to control the capital or to realize the capital surveillance. Like the ways they count human is not as human, but as populations. So this is like the core thesis argument in his article. So I reflect that to Lisa Loeb's article because it's kind of the same. Because when Asian immigrants first came to America, they're not counted as human at all. Like they're just a population unknown. And when I mentioned this point, my professor was like, it's just different. After that time of recognition, I raised my hands every time in class. So that class, 99%, I'm grade A. Okay, and the last 2 points, I want to mention them together. It's like how do you quickly grasp the core idea, argument, clue for article. So when I'm preparing for law, I said, okay, here's something you don't need to spend money, but it's worth some money that you will know. So I paid a lot of money to learn from a really famous professor, Robin. And he is a law set scorekeeper all over the world. So that's what he taught me. I'll teach you guys. So he's saying like while you're going through the reading comp, you have to pay attention to 3 points. First, distinction. Second, cause and effect relations. Third, subjective evaluations. Okay, because when I first read this, like the good rule of law, I was like, why? I don't really pay attention. But after going through all the reading comp, if you use the 3 techniques, especially for law article or science article or bio article or what else? Social science article, humanity article, it will answer like 80% of the questions and give you right. So I highly recommend you guys to try the 3 ways, and you will figure it out. You will answer every question right, and you will know what's the author's attitude, what author's method to illustrate the whole article, what is his goal to write this article. Okay guys, I hope this video will be a benefit to you guys, and if you guys love this video, please. And I'll see you guys in the next one. 今天也要开心哦。就